Rex Reed and Dixie Whatley. At the movies.
We get on really well. She's very funny and spontaneous, and it's terrific.
Excuse me, Mel, are you paying attention? Did you just cut it off from me?
No, come on. Is that off? Is that off? Don't you ever do this to me again, all right? Don't you? Don't come back. Here. Have your way.
Is that better?
That's great.
Oh, God. Anyway, we've had some laughs.
Under no circumstances was I to be anywhere near wild animals. And I went so far as to actually get a clause in my contract.
I cannot tell you how frightening that was. I used to have these nightmares about a tiger chasing me. And, you know, I'd wake up in a sweat, and I went to John Badham, and I said, John, I am really freaked out.
Somehow, I just don't think that's going to happen. On the contrary, both of the stars of Bird on a Wire appear to be in the midst of and looking forward to two very long and very successful movie careers. And both of these careers, Mel Gibson's and Goldie Hawn's, are the subject of this special edition of At the Movies. We'll also be talking to Mel and Goldie themselves as they tell us about their appearances in their new picture called Bird on a Wire. But here's Dixie to tell you about some of Mel Gibson's earlier movies.
And there's quite a collection of them. Mel Gibson is a name which makes many a female heart melt. Those flashing blue eyes and that handsome, ruggedly boyish face. Put his name above the title and you have yourself a hit film. But it isn't just the way he looks, it's the way he acts, literally, which makes this man a draw. Gibson has earned his way. He's known around the world for the Mad Max trilogy. He won the Australian Film Institute Award for Best Actor as a retarded young man in Tim, and again in Peter Weir's view of World War I in Gallipoli. But his teaming with Diane Keaton in Mrs. Sophel is a role that I cannot forget. Mel Gibson, as a convicted murderer, is rather interesting casting, and I had no trouble believing that he could make the prison warden's wife fall in love with him.
That's a good.
You nearly had me saved.
Come here.
What are you doing?
Oh.
What do you want from me? What do you come over here for?
Let go. Let go of me, Ed. No.
Press. There, you feel how strong my neck is.
Please.
We have to break out of here.
You ain't, you're crazy.
Are you going to tell on us? Are you telling us? God won't hear you. You're not at church now.
I'm sorry. No. You're our only friend, and I've hurt you.
Goldie Hawn didn't make a quiet little movie debut. In 1969, she made the transition from the little screen to the big one with amazing speed and success in Cactus Flower. As the mistress of dentist Walter Matthau, she drilled her own way out of wide-eyed one-liners on Laugh-In and won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress that year. America's love affair with Goldie Hawn, and mine too, continued in 1975 with Shampoo.
Who knows? I'm sure you don't. But if it'll help any, I found it in your bed. Obviously, there were others, weren't there?
Obviously.
How many?
What do you want to know for?
Because I want to know.
What difference does it make?
Because I don't want girls looking at me and knowing and me not knowing. No, it'll help me, really. It'll help me if you tell me.
How?
Because I'll know that you've lied to me all along. And I'll know that you're incapable of love. And that'll help me.
The Mad Max trilogy first drew the world's attention to Mel Gibson. His disillusioned cop, Max, might be looked at as a futuristic first run for his Lethal Weapon character, Martin Riggs. Both were wild, rather cynical, crazy guys. Thunderdome, unfortunately, did not equal the first two Mad Max outings, but Mel in his Max outfit was still great fun to watch.
What are you trading?
I'm looking for someone.
You want me to trade or not?
He was driving a team of cattle.
People come here to trade. Make a little profit, do a little business. Got nothing to trade, you got no business inside the town.
Or on the inside, that's all.
Next.
I got skills. I can trade them.
Sorry, the brothel's full.
If there were any moviegoers left who weren't Goldie Hawn fans, by 1980, she converted them in Private Benjamin. That was her biggest movie hit. She played a pampered, rich, spoiled brat who found herself in combat boots and battle fatigues after her bridegroom suffered a fatal heart attack on their wedding night. And her classic portrait of a Jewish princess in the army left audiences limp with laughter.
I think they sent me to the wrong place.
Uh-huh.
See, I did join the army, but I joined a different army. I joined the one with the condos and the private rooms. No, really, my recruiter, Jim Ballard,
I
told
don't
me that.
care. I don't care what you're not recruited, told you, Benjamin. I'm telling you, there is no other army.
Wait a minute. I don't want to have to go to your boss or anything, okay? Look, to be truthful with you, I can't sleep in a room with 20 strangers.
Oh, dear.
And, I mean, look at this place. The Army couldn't afford drapes. I mean, I'll be up at the crack of dawn here. And I have to tell you, I am frankly a little shocked.
You're shocked?
Yes.
Why?
This place is a sty.
Coming up, more of the movies of Goldie Hawn, Mel Gibson, and their new film, Bird on a Wire. But first, here are this week's top 5 movies at the box office.
Number 5, Spaced Invaders. Number 4, The Hunt for Red October. Number 3, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the number 1 movie at the box office this week is Pretty Woman.
It found Mel Gibson in a film-goer's fantasy menage a trois with Kurt Russell and Michelle Pfeiffer. What a grouping. He once again had a 3-letter M name. Mel was Mac, drug-running middleman who wants out of the nasty business. Doesn't help that his best friend from high school was a cop, that's Russell. And, of course, everyone was in love with the lady of the liquid lips, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Nobody wants me to quit. I haven't even mentioned my customers here. You know they don't want me to quit.
That is completely paranoid.
Hey, I'm just talking here, you know. I'm not trying to convince you of a damn thing. It may be paranoid, but then again, nobody wants me to quit.
No, I'm sorry. I was just joking. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, come on. It didn't hurt that bad, huh? Just looking at you hurts more.
One of my personal favorites in any Goldie Hawn Film Festival would have to be Swing Shift, a warm, colorful, and nostalgic World War II portrait of women on the home front who marched into the factories while their men were in the trenches and changed the American way of life. Goldie was memorable as a Navy wife in an airplane factory who finds a new sense of pride, friendship with other women, and love with 4F mechanic Kurt Russell.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? They're making me lead man.
Lead man?
Yes, yes. They said I was fast on my feet. McBride shook my hand. Yeah, and I told him the line was moving too fast. That's what happened.
They just smiled and handed you a promotion, right?
I thought you'd be proud of me.
So we're still going to get together later on?
Sure.
Kay, I am proud. Really.
Thanks.
Seldom have I anticipated a sequel with more eagerness than I waited for Lethal Weapon 2, and it did not disappoint me. Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs, maniac detective extraordinaire, and once again, playing off a talent like Danny Glover as by-the-book cop Roger Murtaugh made Mel all the more loony and lovable. Thank you, director Richard Donner, and you won't hear me making sequel jokes if you all team for a lethal 3.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about me. You know, I got a bad reputation. Sometimes I just go nuts like now. Don't move. I'll make a deal with you, Arjun. Arjun, is that, or Arian, or whatever your name is? I'll make a little deal with you. You fold up your tents. Get out of my country, and I won't do anything to you. I'll leave you alone.
Just get out of here. Kappa lover.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Hey, sorry, Adolf.
Pick him up with your hand.
Big smile. Big smile.
Coming up next, Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn talk about that new movie of theirs called Bird on a Wire. But first, here are the top 5 rented movies on home video.
Number 5, The Abyss. Number 4, Sea of Love. Number 3, Dead Poets Society. Number 2, Black Rain. And the most rented movie on home video this week is Look Who's Talking.
Today, Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn are paired in the new romantic action comedy Bird on a Wire. Mel is filming Shakespeare's Hamlet, leading role, in London right now, and we joined him and his co-star there to talk about the film.
Will you? Rick, is that you? Yes, hey, Rick, let me in, will you?
How do I know it's you?
It's me, Muffy. Open the damn door. Oh, what the hell are you doing here?
Me? What the hell are you doing here?
Being shot in the butt.
The character gets shot with a shotgun. He gets shot in his posterior. So there's a lot of butt jokes. I mean, I'm the butt of everyone's joke. And it's, you actually get a sighting of this horror when they rip the bandage off, which is not specifically there for titillation. I don't think it's got anything to do with that. It's there to make the audience wince, because firstly it's got a forest of hairs on it, and they rip his Band-Aid off it, and then she shoves a big, ugly, sharp injection into one of the wounds, which people, you know, and it's 18 feet across on the big screen, and not very attractive, and you know, I tried to make them cut it out, but they talked me into it.
You get lost in your plane, you're reported missing, you're presumed dead. I attend your memorial service, and I cry the tears of a grieving widow.
Muffy.
Until one day, I pull into a gas station, and you're alive with people chasing you, and you ask me to look at your butt?
I spent a lot of this film upside down, and from really low angles underneath the floorboards of the cars that are looking up at my blood-engorged head while I had my hand pressed on the accelerator, not looking where I was going, and someone else was steering. So that there's a comical situation right there. Two people trying to do the job. One's trying to stop the car, and the other's trying to make it go. And the go part is winning, so the person trying to stop it has to steer. I didn't have to do a scene with the tigers, but I don't think I'd have wanted to. Or the baboon. Baboons are creepy. They're kind of vicious, and they have no table manners.
I've done more comedies than he has, and he's done more action films than I have. But, you know, that's what's great about coming together, because you bring what you have to the picture. He is very funny. He's a very funny guy. And I'm actually more serious than he is. So, you know, what you see is not always what you get.
I just can't believe it, Maddie. Oh, so you say hi to an old friend? Come on, cat got your tongue. Say something, Maddie.
Hi, Scotty.
I thought he was charming and sort of irresistible. Even in his character, not because he's Mel Gibson, but I think his character was very cute. I'm not discussing sex with you tonight.
You know, I haven't had a girlfriend in 5 years. been on bread and water for 5 long years.
What Rick Jarman did for her was reestablish her understanding of what living for the moment is like.
Come on, I did you a favor, man. What, are you having fun or something?
You pick a few tricks up off Goldie as far as timing goes. You know, just timing. Timing, yeah. She's great. I don't know. If I knew what it was, I mean, I'd be doing her job, except I wouldn't look as good in her dress.
Here anymore.
What?
We're in the railway.
Oh, where the hell are we?
Dixie and I will tell you what we thought of Bird on a Wire after this.
Do I get to know what's going on, or do I just get killed for old time's sake?
Since when did you start wearing underpants? I got your pee.
Like Mel Gibson, and as self-appointed president of the Goldie Hawn fan club, I am always goggle-eyed over the former Tweety Bird from Laugh-In. So, teaming them up in a romantic action thriller just seemed like a dream come true for me. Then I saw Bird on a Wire. Well, the dream is more like what happens when you go to sleep after 3 margaritas and a burrito of refried beans. It's not all bad, but it's not all good either. Mel's a garage mechanic in Detroit who once turned state's witness against some crooked drug enforcement cops. And then he disappeared in the FBI's witness relocation program and moved from one place to another with different aliases for years. Goldie is his former girlfriend. She thinks he's been dead for 15 years, and now she's a very smart corporate lawyer, and she's in Detroit on business, and when she pulls into his gas station and blows his cover, all hell breaks loose. Action, there isn't much time to hit the sheet. But here's a scene where they do grab some passion between shootouts.
Anyway, I have a boyfriend. A very wonderful boyfriend.
So who's his boyfriend?
How did I know you were going to ask me that?
Well, why shouldn't I?
Well, because you'll just belittle him.
I would not.
Yes, you will. I know you.
Oh, have it your way.
Please stay above the covers.
What?
My towel is wet. I have to get out of it.
Oh, I guess so.
Thank you.
So come on, tell me about this boyfriend of yours. What's he like in the sack? Can he show the leg?
Hey, if you don't know that this all turns out okay in the end, then you flunk freshman filmmaking 101. It's silly and contrived, and Bird on a Wire is the kind of disappointment that occurs when you look forward to a particular combination of talents and the ingredients just don't gel. The jokes are so leaden and the characters so broad that this glossy action farce never levitates. By the time they end up in a zoo fleeing lions, tigers, and crocodiles while swinging on ropes like Tarzan and Jane, the movie has surrendered all claims to reality and coherence. It's harmless, but it's heavy like a dead hippo. I love you, Goldie, but these scripts have got to get better.
Rex, I'm so sorry you didn't enjoy it. I loved it. I really enjoyed
it's so
it.
predictable.
The end of it was, they really should have let Goldie keep a larger portion of her wits about her. She kept fumbling all over everything. I won't give away in what manner. But overall, I liked that she was an intelligent lawyer. She wasn't portrayed as a total dingbat.
She never got a chance to be a lawyer in the movie.
Well, at the beginning she did.
No,
but
she sang into her private Benjamin stuff. I need a manicure. I need a massage. That's private.
Only a couple
And when
times.
he's in trouble, he just pulls his pants down. So you get to see his
I
behind
didn't mind
again.
that part, actually. Okay. Cute little
So what do
story
you
behind,
rate?
actually.
So what do you rate it?
Oh, I give it 3 stars. I really, until the very last confrontation, I was thoroughly enjoying this film. It went down to my estimate in the last confrontation, but the two of them together are so adorable.
Well, I give them a star each, about 2 stars.
Oh,
but I
that's
expect
too bad.
more from them next time.
Well, I enjoyed
I like
them.
them both. I just think they deserve better.
Yeah, you have a point. Well, that's about it for this special edition of Out the Movie.